Hi, this is Scott with eTrailer. Today we're taking a look at and installing our eTrailer Class 3 hitch on our 2023 Acura RDX. So for my first impressions of this hitch, it does stick out a little bit, which really isn't a bad thing if you plan on using your hitch a lot. A lot of people use them for bike racks, so it's going to make putting your bike rack in and off of your hitch really easy. Cargo carriers as well, it's going to be back a little bit, so it just makes it easier to put the pin in place, so that's kind of a nice thing. Another nice thing with this one is this one really matches up color-wise with our bumper here on our fascia. Some of them will have almost a glossy finish to this back here, where this one's flat. So this hitch really matches up with that really well. If yours has the glossy style finish, you may want to take a look at the Draw-Tite hitch. It was more of a gloss finish on that, and that should match up pretty well for you. This hitch is going to have a 5/8 pinhole opening, and that's going to be really accessible to put your pin in for your accessories. That's going to hold in any of your accessories. Now this one will not have a pin and clip with it, so you may want to pick one up or take a look at your accessories like your bike racks or your cargo carriers. A lot of those may have a pin with them or already have a built-in anti-rattle pin system with that. This hitch is also going to have a welded on and really durable safety chain loops on it, and it's going to be able to accommodate either your S-style hooks or your clevis style. So either one of those are going to work for your trailer towing needs. As far as measurements go for this hitch, from the inside top of our receiver to the ground, with that measurement, we're looking at right at about 13.5 inches. And with that measurement, you'll be able to decide if you need a rise of the shank of, say, your bike racks or your cargo carriers for clearance. Now, from the edge of our fascia to our pinhole is out away from the fascia. So we're right at about inch to an inch and a half out away from our fascia. So that's going to give you plenty of clearance for like bike racks or cargo carriers that fold up or stow away. They won't make any contact with the back of your vehicle. As far as weights for this hitch, we're looking at a towing weight rating of 350 pounds. That's going to be the weight of your bike rack loaded down with your bikes, or your cargo carrier loaded down with all of your gear. For a gross trailer weight rating, we're looking at 3,500 pounds. That's going to be the weight of your trailer and everything you have loaded on that. Other than that, if you have any questions or comments about this hitch for your Acura, feel free to leave a comment down below, or you can get a hold of one of our experts here at eTrailer. They'd love to help you out. Now, as far as installation goes, this one isn't really too bad. You kind of just have to lower the spare. It's something you could definitely do in your driveway or in your garage in an afternoon. It's really no big deal on this one. But if it's something you don't have the space or the time to do yourself, you can always take a look at our dealer locator and find something close to you and get one installed. Or you can stick around, watch our video, and we'll help you get it installed. To start our installation, we have the hatch open on the back of our Acura. And we're going to need to get our rear tire lowered. What I'm going to do is just open up our hatch, and down in here we're going to have a little square cover. We just need to pop that off. We're going to have a rubber plug right underneath that. Pop that out of the way. Inside we're going to have a square drive. Now you could use your tools that you have for your spare tire to do this, but I have an axle rod that I'm going to use. We're just going to get that lowered. Get our cable through there. Now we can get our spare tire moved out of the way. On ours, we don't need to move our exhaust out of the way. If your model has exhaust in the way of any of your mounting holes here in the back, you're going to want to lower that down and use a strap to move it out of the way. But ours, we're not having any issues with that. So what I'm going to do is run to the part of cleaning out our weld nuts here on the back. So I'm just going to use a tube brush and just kind of run that in and out, both of these. Make sure we get all the debris out of there. And another thing I like to do after I do that is I'll come back through with a little spray lubricant and just spray those, and it's just going to help clean it out and also make it a little bit easier for our hardware to go into place. Right up here you can see we have this sealant, and it comes right into contact with the area where our hitch is going to come up. So what I need to do is just get this trimmed back. It gives me more room to get the holes in my hitch to line up. So all I'm going to do is take a utility knife, and I'm going to cut along there, and we should be able to get that to pick out of there. If not, you can use a scraper, whatever you've got, screwdriver. Just need to get that pulled back out of the way so it gives us enough room for our hitch to go up. For our hardware, we're going to have our bolt and we're going to have our conical tooth washers, and one side's going to be flat and the other side's going to have teeth on it. When we put this together, we want to make sure we put it to where the teeth are going to be facing our hitch when we get it installed. With everything cleaned up, we'll come back through and we can get our hitch put up into position. Got my buddy Daniel here helping me out. Just want to loosely thread in our hardware on both sides. With all of our hardware in place, we'll come back through and just snug down all of our hardware. After we have everything snugged down, we'll come back through with our torque wrench and get all of our hardware torqued down to the specifications listed in our instruction manual. Now, if you don't have a torque wrench, you could pick one up here at eTrailer. We do have some options available, or you could take a look at your local auto parts store. You should be able to rent one there. With everything torqued down, we'll come back through and we'll get our spare tire put back in place. With our spare back in place, it goes back with no problems at all. With our hitch installed, with that, that'll do it for our look at our eTrailer Class 3 hitch on our 2023 Acura RDX. I'm Scott with eTrailer, and thanks for watching.